Welcome to Move the Chains. I'm your host, Danny Nelson. This is a show for the owner-operator, the person who built something real, who's somewhere north of $1 million in revenue, and who wants to get to 5 without running themselves into the ground to do it. Every week, we're going to talk about the numbers that actually move your business forward in plain language from someone who does this for a living. So let's start with the biggest one. And I want to start by taking away the number almost every owner is staring at: profit. Here's what I mean. You finish the year, your accountant hands you a tax return, and there's a profit number on it. And you feel something about that number: proud, annoyed, surprised. But here's the problem. That number is the final score of a game you already finished. It tells you how last season went. It can't help you win the game you're playing right now. That's just the scoreboard. And no coach who's any good coaches the scoreboard. Watch a real coach on a Friday night or a Saturday or a Sunday. They're not staring up at the board. They're watching the field. Where's the ball? How much time is on the clock? What's the down and distance? Because the score is just a record of what already happened. The game is what's happening right now while there's still time to change how it ends. For your business, that live game is cash. Cash flow is what you're actually doing this week on the field. Profit is just the number that gets posted after the whistle. Let me show you why that gap will hurt you. I've watched profitable businesses run completely out of money. It happens all the time. The tax return says you made $300,000. The bank account says you can't make payroll this Friday. Both of those are true at the same time. And if you only ever look at the scoreboard, you'll never understand why. Here's why it happens. Profit counts the sale the day you invoice it. Cash only shows up the day the money lands in your account. And in between those two moments, you paid your crew, you bought more materials for new jobs, you covered a truck payment, and you floated a customer who's going to take 60 days to pay you for the work you already did. On the scoreboard, you're winning. On the field, you're pinned down on your 1-yard line. Same business, two completely different games. So the first move I want you to make, and this is the move that separates $1 million operator from a $5 million operator, is to stop coaching the scoreboard and start coaching the field. That means you stop asking, did we make money last year? Start asking, where's my cash right now? And where's it going to be a few weeks down the field? That's the question a real CFO, a real chief financial officer asks. Not the final score, the live drive. Because here's what nobody tells you when you're growing. Growth eats cash. The faster you move the ball, the more it eats. Every new job, every new hire, every new truck, you pay for all of it before the revenue crosses the goal line, which means the most dangerous stretch for a lot of businesses isn't the slow season. It's the busy one. I've sat with owners who couldn't understand how their best year almost buried them. That's how. They watched the scoreboard light up while the game got away from them on the field. So here's your invitation this week. It's simple, and most owners have never actually done it. I want you to look at your cash, not your profit, not your revenue, the actual money in the actual account, and an honest guess at where it lands over the next few weeks. You don't need software. You need a piece of paper and an honest 20 minutes. What's coming in, what's going out, and when. That's the first step off the scoreboard and onto the field, because you always choose what you want the most. And if what you want is a business that reaches $5 million in revenue without a heart attack along the way, it starts with watching the right numbers at the right time. The score tells you how the last game went. It's this game that's still up for grabs. All season, we're going to teach you how to move the ball. That's enough for today. Thanks for listening to Move the Chains. Everything from today, plus a simple cash worksheet to get you started, is in the show notes. And if you're an owner who wants a real financial function in your business without a full-time CFO salary, come see how I work at DannyNelson.com/move. Have a great week.